even though they are private schools.
Do you know why?
No, I don't.
Many years ago, we used to have what we call school inspectors, who goes round, who actually, there's one thing to have curriculum, there's another thing to have effective monitoring system that actually monitors what this curriculum, how it's going to be beneficial to the economy.
What does it deliver?
What does it deliver? So when I have my institution and I obtain money, people pay school fees, I just train them, lecture them, whatever they want to learn about, and they live there at my institution, and they get into the labor market, and what they've studied is of no use to the economy.
Where we have the majority of our economy, the large size is the informal economy, where you have hundreds of thousands and millions of young people and adults as well, who could do plumbing, furniture and fittings or things like that. But those folks don't really need university education.
They don't, yeah. Okay. There was an argument sometimes, and it still happens in this country, whereby if you're university graduates, there is discrimination between the university graduates and the polytechnic graduates, not even to talk of technical or vocational graduates, right? So we so lay much emphasis on degree, paperwork, all those sort of things. That's not how it works out, right? When you go to university, there is a purpose of creating university. The polytechnic are more technically advanced or inclined than the university students, right? Now, when you go to the vocational, like the technical education schools that we used to have years back, they're more focused. Look, if I want to repair my car, assuming we have a very structured
educational system,
vocational educational system in place, and I want to service my car. If you come to me and say you're a graduate of XYZ University in mechanical engineering, and someone comes in from ABC Technical College, I'll give my car to that person because they do almost 90% of what they do is practical. So
they got workshops. They got a tool.
Yeah, so like what you said, it's not about university. We have to be able to balance this out. Okay? Now, we should begin to fund and begin to look into all our technical education side of the institution and ensure that more funds are being pumped into it. Look, we don't have experienced plumbers at the moment. We don't have experienced tilers. If you build a house now, you have to go to the Republic of Benin or outside the country to go and bring in experienced tilers. What's wrong with us? There are carpenters, the auto engineers, technicians, and so on and so forth. We don't have them anymore. We used to have this many years ago, some decades ago, whereby people go to learn. And we have skills. So that's what we're talking about, skill acquisition. It's not just university skills that we're talking about now. We're talking about across all the board.
I need about 3 minutes of your time to wrap up this discussion about what the current administration is doing, as far as job creation is doing, social empowerment. Give us your thoughts. Do you think we're on the right path as far as that is concerned?
It's a starting point for me. And I think if they continue on the agenda, which they have at the moment, because they're trying to invest in what they call poverty alleviation, where they're putting some money into training. But they need to do more. You need to be able to identify what sort of training that we're talking about. Now, we're focusing more now, which is good to some extent, on agriculture, right? The same thing happens in the 60s. When we had oil, we focused more on oil, and we put all our resources in there. We have more oil and gas engineers in the country than any other discipline. Right? Now, we're talking about agriculture now, which is good, but that is a sector. That's one area. If you have an agricultural sector being developed, some people need to service that sector as well. The technical areas.
Because you need the machinery in agro-allied. You have processing equipment. So who's going to repair them? Who fixed them up?
Who takes them out to the market to sell? Who are the analysts who actually determine the prices and so on and so forth? So we need to look into various sectors and begin to, the government, look, this is the time the government needs to begin to look into setting up or allowing private training companies, right, to begin to work and partner with the government. So the government will say, okay, we will subsidize.
Okay. For example, Nigerian breweries. Okay, Guinness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and say these companies are heavily industrial, mechanical, technical, whatever, engineering,
absolutely, yeah.
Niger Dog, whatever you call it, take hundreds of thousands in batches and train them, perhaps we'll give you a tax holiday. That's what you're saying.
That's the word. Tax holiday. There must be something in there for them before they can do it. Even it should go across the board, not just the big boys alone. Every other organization.
Because they're SMEs.
Yeah, SMEs, right. Tell them if you absorb any job seeker and train them, get them
6
skilled,
months, 9 months?
Well, maybe just for 6 months, right? Maybe maximum, maybe between 6 months to 1 year. Now, at the end of it, right, because there should be a stipend that goes with this. That's where the government comes in. Okay? I say, pay them some amount of money, or you, the organization, pay them a certain amount of money discretionally, and from your tax, we take it out. So tax holiday.
Or we pay them.
Or we pay them.
Yes, just let them work. Let them train.
Let them train. With that, you will find thousands, hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions, gaining employment. Because it will go around the system. Everybody will know there's something in there for me. The employer knows, okay, if I train and absorb these people, I will save on my tax. I will get skilled worker from some of those people. The government will get revenue from that because people begin to get from their PAYE.
And get a number of youths off the street.
Off the streets. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. We can keep the conversation on, but we're going to revisit some of this some other day. Thank you for coming through. Human resource development expert and job creation analyst, Michael Adeleye. Get back to the story that will continue to resonate over the next 1, 2, 3 days, and we'll see later today how this impacts the interbank market and the FX market. The Central Bank of Nigeria, about 12 hours ago, hammered 18 commercial banks for their failure to sell special SMEs FX intervention funds of $100 million weekly over the 4 weeks period. So they will be locked out from yesterday until they provide sufficient evidence of allocation of existing FX monies. All of this, how does it impact the stock market? We'll get back to that conversation on the final lap of the program. Stick around. 2 minutes. We'll be right back.